I'm Cheryl Norfolk, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the sustainability. As you've already heard, the headwaters at Chippewa Creek are bone dry. And for confirmation of that, the Michigan Citizens for Water Conservation has pictures. But there are also bridges in the area with rust lines that are 2 feet higher than the current water level. And interestingly enough, Nestle has offered to replace these bridges even though they are structurally sound. I wonder why. Like that one? Okay. I would also like to say that I hope that the DEQ does an independent assessment, not merely looking over the data that is provided by independent contractors paid for by Nestle's. When I was out in the hall gathering information, the DEQ people told me that they basically look over Nestle's data, which we've already heard is a model. So, yeah. So anyway, and the last thing is that water is a human right. And I have a friend who is from Detroit, and she's here in the audience right now. She has an income of $25,000. She has 4 members in her family, and in 2 years, from 2012 to 2014, she paid $2,895 for her water in Detroit. She still owed $5,735. There were some mistakes, but they were not reversed. She had to pay that. The way she got out of this was she went bankrupt. That's right. Nestle pays $200 a year for all the water that they take. This is an affordability versus corporate welfare, and it's not right. If Nestle's paid a fair rate, Nestle's wouldn't be here, and our sustainability issue would be resolved.
Hi, my name is Sonia Ordo, and I'm with Michigan Welfare Rights Organization. We're a statewide poverty organization that's been dealing with people across the state who have had their water shut off. And if there's anyone who doubts how it is that an organization based in Detroit is tied in with Nestle, let me tell you. We have been fighting water shutoffs in the city of Detroit and across the state for over 20 years now. Whenever we bring up the issues, we keep talking about these affordability problems. It seems, though, that the affordability problems are only for low-income people who can't pay, but not for corporations. And this is where we're highly insulted by this, because these are life and death situations. We're especially upset with MDEQ. You all bear the large responsibility around this because you've allowed this to happen under your watch for many years. Yes. The EPA has granted you all the responsibility of monitoring the Safe Drinking Water Act, the Clean Water Act, the lead contamination copper rules, and you have failed on many accounts. Yes. We want to know, where is the director? When we come to these hearings, we want to speak to the leadership. Where is Heidi Breather? Why is she not here? We are not lying for that. She comes from the oil industry and has interest also making sure that Michigan provides profits to its corporations. When we come here, we expect to see the people here that are going to be making these decisions, and she's not here, and so we're going to be thinking more about that. When we talk again, too, about how it is that we've got to be responsible, we need to look at not just what's happening here in Mecosta County or the surrounding areas. We have to look at how these water impacts are affecting surface water across the basin. So we know, too, that water levels are dropping all over this state in our rivers and our creeks, and we need to know how those impacts are happening across the basin. When people talk about water leaving, we're talking about serious gallons of water by the millions leaving. Nestle is so greedy. They don't care. This is a water paradise for Nestle. They are so greedy, they will go to drought-ridden California to take water during times of crisis when everyone else is told cut back on their water, and Nestle is there sucking it out from multiple plants across the state. So don't think for a minute that Nestle has any care about people here or any kind of jeopardy happening to what's going on in the aquifers. So we need the DEQ to step up and to do its job. And when I'm talking to people out in the hallway, they're telling me, well, this isn't our responsibility. You've got to go to your elected officials. No, you have been entrusted with this responsibility from the federal government, and you need to do your job.
Thank you. Thank you. Elizabeth Zipper Bruce McKilla, Jan F. Walsh Dern, and Jay Posner. And go ahead, man.
Valerie Whiting, Nuevo County. I'm here representing the future children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and the future of Michigan. I speak from my heart, and I hope that you people of DEQ will listen with your hearts and your minds to the people and to the experts that are against this withdrawal. Consider Nestle's deplorable ethics. They've been pumping water to the max allowed in drought-stricken areas in California, Maine, Florida, and around the world. Profit. Nestle's profit is its top priority. And Nestle must be limited by the DEQ here in Michigan. Nestle has written, "Oh, we have never drawn water from the local watersheds in which Flint relies." But later it compares groundwater used for bottled water to groundwater used for agriculture, irrigation, and public supplies across the entire state. Let's take apples to apples here. What percentage does Nestle remove from the area of the Muskegon River watershed? Consider that by allowing 400 gallons per minute in Osceola, you open up to more water pillaging by Nestle in more locations around Michigan. I quote, "In an in-ground water system prior to development, the system is in long-term equilibrium. Discharge is equal to recharge, and the volume of water in storage remains relatively constant. Groundwater levels fluctuate in time over a relatively small natural range. Once pumping begins, however, this equilibrium is changed and groundwater levels decline." This is from the U.S. Geological Survey Fact, November 2003. Consider also the pollution of our environment by Nestle's petroleum water casings. PET plastic never, ever disappears. The breaking down adversely affects the entire food chain. Consider your statement on Michigan's website this year. "The department is dedicated to protecting human health and to preserving a healthy environment. The department will exemplify good environmental stewardship and affirm that a healthy environment is critical to our social, cultural, and economic well-being. This will be accomplished in a manner that is rebuilding the integrity of the department as an environmental protection agency that carries out its mission in a professional, just, and productive manner." Water is life. We expect the DEQ to stand by the statements they made. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Diane Rectory. I'm a retired public health nurse from Southeast Michigan. I work with the Coalition to oppose the expansion of U.S. ecology and Michigan Citizens for Water Conservation. First, I'd like to protest the holding of only one meeting. It means many hours of driving for some of us from Southeast Michigan. And I'd also like to protest the timing of this meeting, which happens to be 1 week before exam week. And this prevents people who will need this water in the future from having the same. I've come here today to protest the massive giveaway of Michigan water to private industry for profit, in this case Nestle, and to protest the giant steps the state of Michigan is pursuing to privatize our common water supply. Your methods, such as taking over largely Afro-American cities and installing emergency managers to carry out your agenda, have been undemocratic. At each step in your efforts to take water from common use and turn it over to private interests, the residents of Michigan have been harmed, while industry is enriched. In Detroit, the state orchestrated the bankruptcy under an emergency manager and the takeover of the water system by the Great Lakes Water Authority, which led to the devastation of tens of thousands of Detroiters by denying them water. while Nestle pays $200 a year for its permit to take 210 million gallons of water, the water of 90,000 residents in Detroit has been shut off. Water that is held in ransom until hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars of payback bills are paid. What's up, guys? If Detroit residents just had to pay $200 a year like the giant multi-million-dollar company Nestle, no one would have their basic need for water denied. No one would have their water shut off, their kids taken away, or their homes shuttered because it is deemed uninhabitable once the water has been shut off. The shutoffs and high price of water in Detroit has everything to do with the steps to privatize the water supply in southeast Michigan, just like the rest of the state. And in Flint, we know that the right to clean, safe drinking water was ignored by the state because it didn't fit into the state's strategy
30
to
seconds.
privatize the water supply. The state was eager to move forward towards switching the water over to the private KWA line, which wasn't even completed, despite the high cost for water and despite the years of talk that the Flint water was too contaminated to even think about drinking. So Snyder appointed another emergency manager to move forward the privatization scheme. Meanwhile, the basic needs of the residents for clean drinking water was neglected, and the whole city was poisoned.
Thank you.